Charlie Mark.
For me, directing was something that I guess I didn't think was possible until, working with Ryan Coogler. I think the first time I stepped on set for Fruitvale Station and, seeing a young, black man, from similar places, around my age, directing a feature film, I saw myself in him. I was like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. And he told me, hey, look, Mike, there's no right time for this. You've been on set, your entire life. So, when you find something that speaks to you, just jump for it and go for it. And that's kind of what happened around, Creed 3. I've been, quietly watching and learning and listening and kind of, putting, together, things that inspire me, that excite me, and hopefully finding a vehicle for it. And that's what I did with Creed 3.
Yep. Ready, round.
Okay, we're ready.
Set.
What's up, champ? Trying to hop in? Trying to give me a few rounds?
Nah, hey, whoa, relax, man. I'm not messing up the suit.
We shot how many boxing fights? How many different ways? How do you make this one different? How do you raise the bar and take it to the next level? Obviously, IMAX was one of those things. Shooting it at IMAX, just giving everybody that experience to make them feel like they're in the ring, physically and and audibly. And then I think, going back to the character of really realizing who Adonis is, but then also taking the action and making the fights grand and, leaning into the spectacle of the sport, of the pageantry of boxing.
As a director, I've not felt more taken care of as far as the world building, as far as the understanding of the music of the film, what part I was playing. It's never been so concrete in the best way, and so there's a certain amount of faith you have in your director, We worked in such a way where it was like, it's a real collaboration. I think the best director is it's very much like a big brother, or a good parent. They literally just let you run and put things in the way or move things out of the way to allow you to be you, And he just trusted so much, for whatever reason, that I was gonna do the job and I was the man for the job. And when you feel that trust, it makes you wanna put out, more so than you would even for yourself, It's kind of weird to me how our chemistry works. We actually really like each other. You know what I mean? My tail starts wagging when I see him. I'm like, oh, what's up, man? How you doing? It's feel like boyhood friends. We could do anything. We play boxers together, soldiers together, police officers. There's just a kindred spirit, which is so strange because we're so close in age.
Roll. And we're rolling.
Talk about the fact that your daughter right now needs you here. Do you want to talk about the fact that
I'm still so excited and in charmed disbelief that we get to make a third one. I think when we first started the first one, we didn't know what these films would be, and now that they're their own franchise and standalones is really I still relish that. I think getting to see these characters in another, stage in their growth, getting to see these new incredible characters inside of our film that are all so wonderful. Their performances are really just all so incredible and exciting. I think that that's something to look forward to.
What's so funny? I'm quiet now.
No, I'm just trying to convince your mom to come and live with us, so then I have a braider that's always on time.
I mean, Tessa is a generational talent, you know, and working with her aura on screen and her aura in life, there is a great, again, collaboration. I mean, he's boxing with her, you know what I mean? And she's boxing with him, you know, and he's taking hits and giving hits, and it's quite sophisticated, her level of communication. The thing that separates Damian from, I think, the other canonical adversaries, one is that this script gives the opportunity for us to learn the villain and understand the villain. And in doing so, I had the gift of empathy, you know? And you have that primarily because of the relationship between Adonis and Damian, that these guys, from the beginning, when they're boys and when you see us as men, you know these guys have a brotherly love, you know, like, and it's deep. You know, it's that friend. But the thing that separates Dame from, I think, all the other guys would be that his beef is historical and emotional. But the battle for Damian continues. And it's not until he's in the locker room, because his battle is, he just had a few more adversaries, a few more ghosts to defeat. There's a acknowledgement of one's pain and history, and that shared history, and ultimately himself, you know. And he has to acknowledge who he is and what he's done. And his brother, Damian, his brother Adonis also has to acknowledge it. And in doing so, they heal each other.
Thank you.
Boy, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Well, I play Amara in the film, and Amara's personality and my personality in real life are very similar. We're both stubborn. Amara's stubborn and I'm stubborn. Amara's very caring, very protective of her family, and sweet at the same time, but tough when she needs to be. And I'm sweet as well, but I'm also protective of my family because I care about them so much, and I'm always thinking how I can protect them. Well, with Mike, you know, before I met him, I thought that he was kind of a tough guy. But then when I met him, he's so genuinely sweet and nice, very, very helpful, and just really caring as an individual, always asking me if I'm okay, if everything's all right. He just showed a lot of love toward me, and that made me feel really good on set. Having him as a director was nice. He always checked in to make me feel comfortable.
We're gonna stay on you the whole time, so stay in it. We're gonna stay on you the whole time, all the way back to the corner. Yep.
How about you, Mom? How you feel? You good? All right.
And you know Damian's had my back before you even knew how. Why'd you lie to me? I put money up for you.
Try. You know, I isn't there. I know it gets rough.
Can you talk to me?
Secondary cut. Direct discovery.
I think when Duke and Adonis become partners, it's sort of a natural progression. I think in the fight world, the people closest to you, you either make a partnership with them or you don't. And like I said, we have a kinship that's from our fathers.
Action.
Push! Yep. There you go. Shoot your heart, didn't it?
I think this is a movie to see it on the big screen because, you know, I think there's so many things in our movie that will feel and look better on, you know, in the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? Like the fights, the action, you know, you want to see that up close and personal. You want to feel, you know, every punch. You want to hear every, you know, impact, you know, every, you know, drip of sweat, drop of blood that's, you know, that's coming out, you know, off of our bodies in this fight. I think the big screen just lends itself to that, to the scope of the movie. I think this is a movie that will, you know, make you laugh, you know, cry, you know, cheer, you know, sad. You know, it's a four-quadrant film. You know, you learn things about a character that you thought you knew a lot about. So it's an education, and I want you to, you know, walk away feeling good. You know, this is a movie that I want you to go home and think. You know, man, that was a ride, and also reflect inward on yourself, and you know, how can you be better? You know.
Four cameras, they're up. Together, Mac. Make it, Mark.